Hello, y'all. This is Laurie with Laurie's Resiliently Crafting. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing on this wonderful Wednesday? It's been crazy. But it's okay. It's okay, y'all. Welcome. If by chance you see this little red button right here, you caught me live. If not, just do hashtag replay, and I'll get back to you just as soon as the Book of Faces lets me see you. And welcome. We are in the Hearts and Shells collaboration event today. Hey, Amanda, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank you for being here, sweet friend. I'm gonna write your name down because I have totally forgot about my blessing bottle. Amanda Inslee. And I will be putting you in our blessing bottle. Hey, Cheryl A. Bear, how you doing, sweet friend? How you doing? Welcome. Oh my goodness. Hey, Karen Jean. Hey, girl. Hey. Just waiting on Miss Kathy to finish up. She's got a little over a minute, so we're just gonna chit chat for a minute and let everybody get on. I am not turning on my second device because we don't want to take any chances of us buffering today. You know, still waiting on my satellite to get here, so we won't have to worry about that anymore, right? Hey, Petra, how you doing? Got me sprinkled. Awesome sauce. But if I miss anybody's comments, because y'all know we got to have a second device to get everybody's comments. But right now, with the situation with my internet, I'm choosing not to have a second device because it pulls too much from my internet, and it causes me to go to a buffering stage, and we don't want to do all that. Hey, Robin, I'm leaving in the morning, girl. I'm leaving in the morning. Hey, Natalie, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Thank you, Karen, for sprinkling me out. I appreciate y'all. Okay, we are like I said, in the Heart and Shells collaboration event. Please, y'all that are prayers, please be in prayer for Miss Michelle Carlin, who is the main founder of Hearts and Shells collaboration. She's not doing well at all when she needs the prayers. So we appreciate anybody that sends prayers out. God will hear you. But so far we've had a great lineup. I've caught everybody except for Miss Kathy when she was on at 12 because I had to get a shower. I went out this morning and had to plant I planted three different kind of tomato plants and 4 bell peppers and 1 sweet banana pepper. So I had to do that this morning, and I was watching and listening to Miss Donna as well as Carrie, and then I had to get a shower, y'all, so I have to go back and watch that replay. Hey, Trisha, how you doing, sweet Georgia sister? How you doing? I sure will, girl. I'll probably get there around 3-ish in the afternoon because I plan leaving here at 9 o'clock. I'm actually not even going to church tonight because tonight's conference night, so that way I can pack, because I did that this morning in planting my vegetables this morning. Hey, Cruz, how you doing? Good to see you, sister. Hey, Elizabeth, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you so much. I planted my plants this morning, got done with that, got a shower, then I had to have my grandson at the dentist at 2. So I got him at the dentist, got him situated and taken care of, came back home, had to do a couple different things, and now I'm here, right? Then I got to fix supper, and I'm supposed to go to church, and I still haven't packed yet, and I'm leaving in the morning, y'all. So I'm just not going to go to church tonight, but God understands, right? I need to go see my mama. Hey, Tina, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Oh. And I've been munching on some grapes, y'all, and they're cold. Have y'all ever eat cold grapes and they make your teeth hurt? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, it made my teeth hurt. Hey, Glenda, how you doing? Oh, Natalie, I got you, girl. I will put you down, Natalie James. It was your grandfather or stepfather. What's his first name? I like to, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, Natalie, put it down. Just let me know his last name, just so that I can put it his name, so that I can put it down. I like to pray in specifics. God knows a person anyway, but I just feel better that when I pray in the person's name. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Thank y'all for sending prayers. Thank you for the safe travels, Tina. Hey, Debbie, how you doing, sweet friend? How you doing? I watched everybody so far, except for Miss Kathy, because I was in the shower. My phone don't work while I'm in the shower, right? They'll come up with that next. But today is Crafter's Choice. Well, I have been using this here in my kitchen for my big utensils that I use all the time. You're feeling better? Awesome, Glenda. That is awesome, girl. Yes, prayers for everybody in need. This is what I use in my kitchen for my big utensils. Well, when it's full, and it's full, I mean, it jam-packed in there with those big utensils. Well, because it's this size and I have so many utensils in it, it keeps getting knocked over because it's almost top heavy. So I have decided that I'm going to take this container and put it in this box. That way I can separate things, kind of organize it in the box, and put my wooden spoons and my metal spoons in the bucket, and then I can put my silicone and my plastics and stuff in each corner, and it won't be so top heavy and it won't be getting knocked over. But I want to zhuzh it up and make it pretty so it goes with my decor, right? So that's what we're doing today. But it was just a galvanized, but it's got that basket weave on it, and I think I got it from the Dollar General, and I've had it for years. But anyway, hey Michelle, thank you, sweetie. I'm praying for you, girl. I'm praying for you. God's got you. God's got you. And another thing is, it keeps falling and getting knocked over. You see that big dent right there? That's unacceptable. So I just painted it just so that it has the same color tones with it for what I'm going to do with it. And another thing y'all need to know is I'm a pig nut. I love pigs. And my kitchen is done, and dining room is done in pigs. It's got pigs everywhere. In fact, my granddaughter asked me all the time, Mimi, why you got so many pigs? I said, because I like them. They're cute, right? And when I was a kid, I had a pig. We had two, in fact. So anyway, so I went ahead and took some Rust-Oleum ×2 and spray painted the inside. And I did that just because it still gives it the effect of the Chippy, because I didn't do full coverage. Now I'm getting this, Debbie's watching. Southern Belle Crafts by Debbie is watching. So I spray painted the inside because you're not really going to see a lot of it. And that way I'm not going to waste my paint. Now I did mix up in the Sweet Pickins chalk paint, and it's the Bespoken collection, and it's called Antique Ironstone, and this is what it looks like. Antique Ironstone. But it was just a little bit dark, so I added just a little bit. Hey Shirley, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Hey Deborah, hey girl, thanks for sprinkling me out, girlfriend. Thank you for sprinkling me out. I mixed it up, and I did and that particular chalk paint ratio is 1:1. So you use 1 scoop of however big you want. This is a tablespoon of the powder, and to 1 tablespoon of water. So I went ahead and doubled it up and added just a little bit of the Dixie Belle drop cloth, this was painted in the Dixie Belle drop cloth. So I'm going to stick that right there. So let's go ahead and get painting, because we got lots to paint. And this, I also went ahead while I was watching, I think it was Pretty Pieces by Michelle is who I was watching. I had to stop and think about it. I went ahead and rubbed after I cleaned it off real good, because I've had it for a long time. In fact, my neighbor, she used to be my neighbor, my next door neighbor, she and her boyfriend at the time filled this box at Thanksgiving and gave it to my husband and I for Thanksgiving, just to say thank you. Just to say thank you, because at the time when they first moved in over there, they didn't have a lawnmower, so I'd get out there when we were cutting grass, and we would cut their yard as well. So they gave us this box, and I think he made it. I don't know, because there was no sticker on it. She might have bought it the way it was. I don't know, but it was a thank you box at Thanksgiving. Okay, so this is the color that we're going with. That's the color it's gonna be, okay? But I went ahead and rubbed my sides down real good with candle wax. And let me go ahead and get the inside of these handles the best that I can. Might need to use a little smaller brush for that. Might need to use a smaller brush so I don't end up with it everywhere. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try it with this one first, you know. Hey Nancy, how you doing, sweet friend? How you doing? If I miss anybody's comments, I completely apologize. Like I said, I do not have a second device going due to the internet issues that we've been having. So I decided to not use it. It'd probably be better if I stand up. I can see better. And I'm going to use a smaller brush for this area. So we can get good coverage without getting it everywhere, right? So if y'all been watching me, y'all know that I am making a trip to North Carolina, leaving in the morning to go visit with my mama. I think the last time I was up there was in January, and I don't know that I'd be able to be there for Mother's Day, and I'm sure my sister's got something planned fantastic for my mother on Mother's Day. And Friday, my brother, who lives with them as well, it's his birthday also, so I'm kind of doing a Mother's Day birthday thing and visiting them, and I'm excited. I'm excited. You know, when you lose a parent, that other parent becomes very, very important to you. And right now, I just feel like that I need to go up there and spend some time with her. Y'all know that she's got dementia, so right now she's thinking pretty clearly. So I want to go up there and see her to, you know, because we don't know how the dementia is going to go from one day to the next. And I would hate for me to go up there one day and her not even know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because she don't see me on a daily basis anymore now that she don't live down here in South Georgia where I live. So I'm kind of excited about going to see her. And I get to spend time with my sister and my brother-in-law and all the things. So it'll be a good time. My sister loves to take, and I'm sure we'll probably go out to eat Friday night to celebrate he's my baby brother. There's 17 years between him and myself. He's my baby brother. I tell him all the time. I said, boy, you better watch it. I said, I don't care how old you get. You got to remember, I diapered your butt. I diapered your butt. Thank you, Trisha. Hey, Rosalind. How you doing? Cassie Monty. Hey, beautiful. How you doing, sweet friend? How you feeling? I keep you on the prayer list, girl. I do. And I went yesterday, and I had to go get my consultation done for my colonoscopy. I had one done about 9 years ago, and I'm due. So I went ahead and told my primary doctor to go ahead and get me set up with doing it. And I thought, you know, it would take a couple months before I would get in there. Well, no. They called me like 2 days later after I went to see my primary doctor. They called me 2 days later to schedule for me to come in and get my consultation. And I guess they do that for people that's never had one. But I hate doing them. I hate them. They're not fun by no means. They are not. And the worst part is the stuff that you have to take for them, right? But, I don't want to put it off because y'all all know I lost my dad in February, and his cancer started in his colon. So I need to make sure that I keep up with those kind of things. Anybody that has not had anything like that and you're of age to have that done, please do it. Please do it. I know it's not fun. Like I just said, I'm not looking forward to that at all, but it's just something that we have to do when we get a certain age, you know? And it will find, if there's anything that's not supposed to be there, they will get it gone, you know? I think when I had mine done, the last time I had it done, I had, it was either 3 or 4 polyps, but every one of them came back benign, so that was a good thing. But I just want to make sure. But my dad, my father, who passed away in February, was an anti-doctor person. He did not like going to the doctor at all. In fact, he wouldn't go to the doctor unless it was absolute emergency. I think the only time growing up that I ever seen him go to the doctor is when he fell off a truck and broke his arm. Because he used to be a truck driver. That was the only time I ever remember him ever going to the doctor, until I was grown and left home, and his wife was persistent about him going to the doctor. Well, that was a good thing, because they ended up finding the cancer, and he went in remission about 3 years before it came back. When it came back with vengeance, because it went everywhere. Hey Sherry, how you doing, sister? How you doing? A month ago. Yeah, they're not fun by no means. They're not fun. They're just not. But there's something that we have to do as adults, and the older we get, we have to do them, you know, pretty regular. And my husband's got one. He's supposed to have his done too, but he's gonna have it done in a different town, and they still haven't contacted him. And he went to our primary doctor probably a month before I did. It's just a difference in doctor in the area, and they still haven't called him even for his consultation. I think they contacted him via email the other day, and I'm not positive, I'm thinking it's in May that he's going to be he has his consultation. But once they do the consultation, then they have to wait to make the appointment, right, for the actual procedure. Thank you, Petra. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. We're probably going to have to need another coat, but we're going to see, because I still want some of this. Like I said, I put wax all the way around except for where I'm going to put some prints on here. Except for where I'm going to put the prints, I put the wax all the way around. And this is a milk paint. And milk paint, the hotter it gets, the more it heats up, it chippies all on its own. Hey Ronnie, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for sprinkling me. You too. Have a great day. Thank you, Cassie. Hey Lulu, how you doing, sister? How you doing? Dang, I got drips. I got drips over here. You get these drips up. Don't want them dripping. We don't want the drips going on. So I'm just drying this up just because as it dries more, it will give us, and it heats up. But like I said, I also have the wax underneath it, so it won't be hard to sand to get the chippy effect that I'm wanting. Natalie, did you tell me what your stepfather's name was? If I did, I missed it. But I'll go back and watch the replay and look for it. I just like to put his name down in my mind, so when I'm praying that I can remember to add him in there. Hey Victoria, how you doing? How you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Oh, thank y'all for them hearts. 24 eyeballs. Awesome sauce. Oh, hey Peggy Sanders. Hey girl, hey. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Another drippy drip. We got another drippy drip. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this side. Let's get this side. So if y'all enjoying the event, I started off telling y'all who was the lineup and got sidetracked to painting. So this morning we started off with Donna's Crafts, and at 10 o'clock. At 11 o'clock was Carrie's Wooden Corner. I always forget that corner. At 12 was 12 Off Gardens of Creations with Miss Kathy. At 1 was Pretty Pieces by Michelle. At 2 was Old Timey Creations by Deborah. At 3, unfortunately, Miss Michelle is sick and is unable to participate. So Miss Kathy with 12 Oaks Gardens came on again. That's what we do as sisters in the crafting field. We support and help each other out. That's what it's all about, y'all. We are not in competition for anything. This is not what it's supposed to be about. Some people it's like that, but it's not. With these groups that I'm in, it is not. And I make sure that the groups that I'm signed up with, that it's all about the sisterhood of it and brotherhood, because we do have brother crafters, right? And then it's me, of course, Laura Resiliently Crafting. Then we have at 5, Southern Belle Crafts by Debbie. At 6 is Patricia's Craft Studio. At 7 is I Gotta Have That with Denise. And closing us out is our other hostess, which is Soul Craft by Petra. Soul Craft by Petra. And Miss Petra always has something fascinating to do. I wish I had the confidence in the stenciling that she does. But I know it takes practice, and here lately my life has been so crazy busy that I haven't had time to do much of nothing other than what's on the schedule to be done, right? And I almost ended up canceling this event for myself because of my grandson's dentist appointment. And but when I got there, you know, some dentist offices are real peculiar. They won't, even though he's 16 and he has his own driver's license, and he has his own vehicle, that he could, you know, get himself there, check him in, and, you know, I checked him in and all the things, but some of them will want you to stay there, you know, even though you checked him in, you know, just in case they have something to discuss with you. So I asked the lady at the front desk when I went in, I said, look, I have a 4 o'clock appointment that I have to be at. Is there a problem with me leaving him here? He has his own way to go home. She's like, no, that's fine. But I know some of them do not allow that at all. I was ready for his mama to go, because she's sober right now, praise God. I'm really thinking that this time it's different this time, because her throat is still sore, not as bad as it was, but they told her the damage that she did this last time, that it was going to take months for her throat to get back to where it was supposed to be. I'm like, is it really worth it, girl? Is it really worth it? So right now she's still sober, and I am so thankful. And I thank y'all for the prayers, because the prayers work. The prayers are working. Okay. Let's get some more paint. So we have a great lineup today. Like I said, I have watched everybody except for Miss Kathy, because I had to get me a shower. I sure didn't want to come on here getting all yucky. And I was dirty, but I was playing in the dirt, right? And they say playing in the dirt is good for the soul, kind of like crafting's good for the soul, right? So and it had to be done, because the little containers that they came in, the roots were already down to the bottom. and they're just starter plants. They're not. I didn't buy the ones that are half grown already. I bought the ones that were, pretty small. Because I had planned on planting them. And my husband, he said, I'll do it. I said, no. I said, they need to be in the dirt now. So I wanted to get it done in the morning when it was still cooler before. And that where I planted them, that area, in the morning, it's pretty shady. So I wanted to go ahead and get it done while it was still shady out there and I didn't burn up. And right about the time I got done, the sun started peeping around, getting in that area, and I was like, whew, got it done just in time. But it was still hot. It's 87 degrees today in South Georgia. In my area, anyway. So it was pretty warm. I was sweaty. My hair was wet. Hey, Debbie Green, how you doing? Thank you, Rosalind. Whichever. Thank you for the prayers for my daughter. She's doing good. And I told her the other day, I said, I'm sorry that every time I talk to you, I ask you. But I can tell when I'm talking to her, I can tell immediately if she's even had one drink. Because I can tell by her attitude, her tone, the whole 9 yards. She don't think we can, but we can. And she forgets very frequently that, I'm a recovered alcoholic, so I know what I'm listening to. I'm not, I might have been born at night, but it wasn't last night, right? Hey, Barbara. I missed you popping in, but hey anyway. Like I said, if I miss anybody, I am so sorry. So sorry. I am. I even had to write it down on my calendar Sunday, because I check my calendar every evening, and my Sundays are busy. Y'all know my husband's a pastor, so we do church in the morning, then we have dinner, and then we try to rest some to get ready to go back to church, and then do church again in the evening. So my Sundays stay pretty busy, and if I hadn't wrote it down, I would have forgot again. Y'all been mad at me. It's like, no, we're just kicking her out. She ain't coming back. We ain't letting her come back. And I didn't want that because I love to craft with y'all. And but sometimes my life just gets crazy bananas, and I can't remember everything. Sometimes I can't remember everything. Your plate gets so full you have to write it all down to remember. Who writes it all down and then forgets to look at the paper, right? Or write it down to go to the grocery store and leave the list at home. I've done that I don't know how many times. And then I end up spending too much money because I forgot to bring the list. And sometimes I even still forget what I was supposed to be getting, right? I know, I'm human, right? I'm human. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with us today, supporting this group. And I've said it before, I give kudos to anybody that does a group. Because it is a lot of work. I could not do it. But like I said, and my life here lately has been super crazy busy, and I just haven't been able. There'd be no way. I don't know how I did it when I was working. I told my husband, I said, I do more now than I did before when I was working full time. Seems like every day I've got to go to town or do something, doctor's appointments, whatever. And if it isn't for me, it's for my husband. Or if it isn't for my husband, it's for my grandson, right? Or for my brother-in-law, or somebody. Somebody. But it keeps me on my toes, for sure. It keeps me on my toes. Okay. Or for the church. been working on the flower arrangement for our 50th anniversary. You do it all the time too, Petra? You write stuff down too, Debbie? I do too, and I'll tell my husband, he'll say, you need to get such and such. I'll look at him and go write it down on the list. You expect me to remember that? I leave the list in a spot, right where and a pen sitting on top of the paper. So that if you think of something that we need, you'll write it down. And don't expect me to remember it. I got too much up here. Got too much going on up there to remember that. Got too much going on. Too much going on. I am going to paint the bottom. So I'm going to paint that with y'all. I'm sorry. Watching somebody paint isn't always fun. But it's part of the process, right? Part of the process. Part of the process. Hey Pam, how you doing, sweet sister? How you doing? Part of the process. Got to do everything. Got to do it all. I still haven't finished up my prayer box that I did in the event Tuesday. Monday. What Tuesday? It was Monday. Because I had, like I said, I had a appointment with the oncologist for my consultation on Tuesday. I told him, I said, first week in May, I have nothing on my books. What I told the doctor, I said, so if you want me to be able to do it soon, you'll schedule me then. So I purposely have not scheduled anything for the first week of May, not April, May. So that I can go ahead and get that blatant colonoscopy done. But once it's done, it'll be done. I can go back through the names after I just reading it. I'm trying to say hi to everyone. Completely understand, Shirley. Completely understand, girl. I can't remember names either. I have a hard time remembering names. And with us going to a different church back in October, I told them real quick, I said, y'all, you have to forgive me. If I call you the wrong name, it's because in my mind that's who you are. But it took us, my husband included, it took us a little while, but we finally got it down, so we know people by name. Know them by name. May not know the littles by name, but we know the adults by name. Finally. And we've been going there since October of last year. So, yeah. Sometimes it's hard to remember. And the older you get, the harder it gets. You know, back when we were younger, in our teens and everything, somebody would tell you their name, and it wasn't nothing to remember it. Wasn't nothing to remember it. Now it's like, oh my goodness, what they just told me their name, what was their name? Happens to you all the time, I know it. I know it. It happens to all of us. And the older we get, the worse it gets, right? The worse it gets. And I still think it's all them dabbling medicines that them doctors put us on. Because they don't care if you can remember or not. Yep. My nose is wanting to run. I caught it right before I hit that live button. See if I went ahead and knocked it out before I went live so that it wouldn't run, but it's gonna run anyway. Something about that live button and my nose are just in sync together. In sync. But I know I'm not the only one, because I've seen and heard other creatives say the same thing. Why is it when we go live, our nose goes to running? You too, Natalie. You too. Yeah, it's just one of them things, y'all. It's just one of them things. And it's okay, because we are human. Yep. We are human. And I say it all the time. There's only one perfect person in this world, and they nailed his butt to a cross, right? Only one. Only one. So we got to remind that. Don't beat yourself up because you don't remember things. Don't beat yourself up because we all do it. But again, like I said, it's a lot to do with the medicines that we take, and not even the medicines we take, it's the chemicals that they put in the foods nowadays. In fact, what's his name? What's that big wig? Elon Musk. He is putting a stop to some of the foods that they make and some of the chemicals that they've been putting in them. And they do that to make it last longer. The shelf life is longer on it. I heard about that on the news, that he's putting a stop to them, these big companies doing all that, because they have found that that's part of the reason why there's so much Alzheimer's and dementia these days. Hey, crazy granny, how you doing? Hey, Kathy. So yeah, they just put all kinds of crap in our, even with fresh vegetables, you need to make sure that you are washing that stuff, because the chemicals that they spray on it to keep the bugs and stuff on it so they have a good crop is loaded with stuff that causes Alzheimer's and dementia. It's loaded with it, and he's putting a stop to it, that they're not allowed to do that anymore, which some of them will still do it anyway, and until they get caught and have to pay out pocket, but some of them, they make so much money that they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. It's all about the mighty dollar. All about the mighty dollar. I'm not saying there's anything against it, but if it rules you, then it you know what that means? That you've got a different God, and you're not relying on the true one and only God. And there's a lot of people, unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there like that. That money is the most important thing in their life, besides their family. And it just can't be that way. It just can't. Because it will rule you and ruin you. And if there's anybody here that does not know my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, please, please, please get a hold of me, and I will help you find him. I will help you find him. I don't want anybody to go to hell. I don't. Well, that sure changed the whole look of that box, didn't it? Sure changed the whole look of that box. And we used almost all that paint. And I could probably go back over it with another coat. And I'll probably go, let's see, let's take right here. Just go right here on these edges. Just so when you look down in it, you're not looking at the red. I want it to pop through, but I don't want it to be the main focus. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying? Every time I say that, I think of Miss Sherry, because she says that's one of her favorite saying. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Miss Sherry with Sunshine Designs. Miss Sherry. She's a sweetheart too. Well, I haven't, the ones that I follow, I haven't had any issues with any of them. The ones that I have removed myself from, I just don't even take the time to deal with them. I'm not. Okay. So let's try that real quick. It'll only take a second. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Yeah, I had it short when I first had it cut. But when I went back this time, I said, it's hot down here in South Georgia. It'd go a little bit shorter. So she didn't keep it longer in the back. Well, I mean, it doesn't have the fringe part down in the back this time. And she went around my ears. I said, it's too bloody hot already. And summer's not even here yet. We're still in spring, so I can imagine what kind of summer we're gonna have here in South Georgia. And it's brutal anyway. But I know it's gonna be a hot one. Like I said, it's just now, it's still spring, and we wearing shorts and all the things. Looking good from here? Good deal. Alright, so now I am going to let me move my grapes. Grab my little sander here, and I'm just going to lightly go over top of this, and you can see where I put the wax, because it's just coming up just as easy as peasy. Easy peasy. You can see where I put the wax, because it's coming up really nice. Oh, that's not dry. There we go. And you can see right there in the middle, I didn't put the wax. See how I didn't put the wax there? So let's go ahead and do that all the way around. Making a mess, as usual. Keep sticking my hands in that wet paint. My fan's blowing, so it won't take it long. It'll dry it up. I'll just keep my hands out of it. Just keep my hands out of it. And if you want more, just give it a little pressure and it will go ahead and come off. Who likes the chippy effect? Who likes the chippy and the crackle and all the things? I love it. I know there's a bunch of us that really like it. Okay. Let me grab, what did I just do with that? Let me grab this and just kind of wipe the dust off. That way we're not making more dust. Okay, so there's that side. Okay. Let's get this side. And y'all can see the grain in the wood. So it's going to chippy out really pretty right where that grain's at. And because this is milk paint, it's just chipping off in some areas. And that's what we want, right? Now, I don't want to see that black right there, because they had taken where my neighbors, when they made this box, they gave it to me, they had painted kind of like a triangle right here and wrote on it in chalkboard paint, and had put Happy Thanksgiving on it. We love you, neighbors. And that's when they gave it to me. It was on there, and I just painted over it. So I will take just a little bit of this paint right here and just go back right there, just to kind of cover that up, because I don't want to see the black. And I am putting a print here, but I'm not sure it's going to cover it. But I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the black. Now I'm just getting, hey Susie, how you doing? Hey Dawn, and Sheila's little treasures. Hey girl, hey. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you so much. We've got about 20 minutes left, so let's take this and just set it off. Well, we still got one more side to do. I'm getting kind of ahead of myself, ain't I? We got one more side. I'm not going to do the bottom because you're not going to see it. Not going to do the bottom because you're not going to see it. But I did paint it, so it's all the same color. It'll probably do better if I got a better piece of sandpaper. This one is well used. well loved. And the color up underneath of it isn't really red. It's more of a rust color. But it's okay. It's okay. What in the world? Get off of there. Because it's not predominant, as you would say. It's just lightly. Oh. Alright. Now let's see what we got here. So we got Chippy on that side, Chippy on this side. And if I wanted more Chippy, I just need to keep sanding. That side's gonna have a print on it, so there's another one that, and then that side, and then of course the bottom. Alright, so let's set this right here. Let it finish drying on its own. Let's get this out of the way. Get this dust up. Because I don't want to get it on my prints. I do not. Put my brushes in the water so that they'll clean out. I'll go in there too. Alright. Let's get the dust off my fingers. I'm done with that. If I need it again, I will grab it. But I don't think I do. Just want to get the dust off my fingers. Any of the paint that's wet, I don't want it. I want it to be wet on there. Because I don't want to get it on my print. Sorry, my husband just came home and he tapped the window to let me know he's home. Because I wasn't paying attention. Oh my goodness. Alright. So I've got this little board right here. And it's just a regular board. I believe I got this. It's either Dollar Tree or the Walmart. But I got this print. And it went something like that. And it came from Michelle's Crafty Crafts. But I just wanted the little pig, right? We're all about the pig. All about the little pig. So we're going to put that on there. We're going to toss that side because we don't need it. Get it back over there. And I'm going to use the Waverly Varnish Matte. Waverly Varnish Matte on here. And I did paint it white with Folk Art White Adirondack. Just so that my print stands out and it's prettier, right? So I am going to put the varnish on my actual board. On the board. And the reason why I want to use the varnish is because it's true matte. It's a true matte. I'm not a shiny girl. I don't like the shiny. Now, if I want it shiny, then that's one thing. But when I don't want it shiny and it still gets shiny because of your medium, that doesn't go over well with me. So I'm going to put that right there in the center. I even got a pig that Patricia's Craft Studio gave me back on our meet and greet. That's how much she found out I like pigs, and she found a little pig picture when we were out shopping with the other ladies, and she found it. She said, "Look what I got you." I said, "Girl." I said, "How did I miss that pig?" She said, "I don't know." But we were shopping, and like we were in 7 different stores at one time, and there was a bunch of us, so it wasn't hard to miss things. It was not hard to miss things. Okay, we just making sure we got it all down with no wrinkles and no bubbles. And I am going to dirty up the edges. Oop, we're still going to need that, so I'm going to leave it out. I'm going to leave it out. Let me make sure it's good and dry. Hey, Judy. You like pigs? Awesome. I think they're adorable. I think they're adorable. I told my husband when our dogs pass away, that's what we need to get is a, what do they call, potbelly pigs? That's what we need to get. And he just rolled his eyes at me like, really, Lauren? So, well, they say they make great pets. He said, yeah, for in the yard, but not in the house. I was like, well, that's a matter of opinion. That's a matter of opinion. Okay. So we're going to put that on there. Get it good and dry. I am fixing to sand. So if y'all are listening to me with earbuds, I apologize. You might want to put it on mute for just a second. Thank you, Trisha. I love you, girl. How's hubby doing? How's hubby doing? You've been in my thoughts and prayers about that, too. Been in my thoughts and prayers. You have. It's hard when our other half gets sick. It is. Very hard. Especially when they're the only ones at work. Ah, see, we got that right there. We got that edge so far. I don't know why I went with the tearing tool on it because I guess it was just easier to trim it off with the tearing tool. That's probably why I did it. It was just easier. He's driving you crazy. Yeah. No, my husband was off last week because of the county that he works in. Their kids were on spring break. They were on a different week than the county that we live in. And I was like, dang, I'm ready for you to go back to work. I'm ready for you to go back to work. Thank you, Tina. I fell yesterday and he is building stairs to my studio in the hottest part of the day. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Men, I swear. They just don't pay no mind to that kind of stuff. It's like my husband got his shots in his neck on Thursday evening. And I'll be darned, Friday he was out there putting down, where you come down my back steps on my back porch, which is a big back porch. And we got steps on each end. And the end that comes to this side of the yard is fine. It was more than a step off. You know what I'm saying? And I busted my booty. Well, I told him, I said, you don't have to, and all he had was just a little center block, or what are those, half blocks, whatever they are. He had some of those half blocks down there. And I was like, you're going to have to do something about that. I said, I busted my butt the other day coming down them stairs when I got to those little half blocks. And he's like, oh no. So we talked about it. He decided that he was just going to make, we have one of those concrete forms that you put concrete in them and it makes like a pathway. Well, he had them shots done on Thursday, and I'll be darned, Friday morning he was out there doing concrete by himself. Now he has a 16-year-old grandson that lives here with us that could have helped him with all that. But do you think he asked for any help? No. No. He's just going to do it on his own. I'm like, man, you're going to undo everything they just did with those shots. I don't want to hear it if your back hurts or your neck hurts. I don't want to hear it. You're grown. You know better. Well, I'm feeling pretty good. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yeah, until you sit down and you get done with it. And he said Sunday, he said his arms were hurting. He said, I reckon I overdone it Friday. Really? Really? Maybe? Maybe? Just maybe you did? Just maybe you did? Yeah. They're worse than youngins. They're worse than youngins when it comes to something. Like my son, he's had this god-awful cough for over a month now, and I told him, I said, you have got to go to the doctor. I said, I'm thinking you've got an upper respiratory infection, because it's not just a regular cough. It's one of those coughs that he sounds like a seal. And I'm like, boy, you have got to go to the doctor. Well, Mama, I'm just so busy, I don't have time. I said, yeah, you'll have time when you end up getting put in the hospital with pneumonia, because you ain't had that taken care of. Children. Okay, this is our other print that we're going to use, and it's also a little pig, but it says farmhouse, and this is also a Michelle's Crafty Craft. And you can see right here, it's got the edging of the writing on it, but it's very faint. But I'm going to do the same thing on this print, because I'm going to go just straight with the print on the other side with this little pig. On the other side. Put this print on there, and then the other one on there, and then we're gonna be done. So hopefully we got it done. Get her just about done. But if not, I will post pictures in the group as well as on my page, so that you will be able to see, and I will stage it with my utensils in it, so that you know what I'm talking about. As far as putting it in there, and then using this empty space around the little bucket to be filled in, because I have so many large utensils to go in it, and it's done got really top heavy. But I like the grungy, I like the dirty look. I do. I got it on the edges so you can't see the white paper, but I still want to go in with more of the grunge around it. And it's going to be okay, because it's going to go in my kitchen. And I will seal it, because it is going in my kitchen. So this one here that we did is going to go right there. Going to go just like so. You see that? It's going to go on there. And then the other one's going to go on the other side. But again, thank you, Michelle, thank you, Petra, and Kathy, for having me. I appreciate y'all so much, and I apologize that I'm such a pain in the butt when it comes to the polls and checking in on time. It's just, sometimes I just ain't got it going on. I gotta get my life together, right? Sometimes it's not. I'm just using the Dollar Tree wood glue, and then I'm gonna use some hot glue. The hot glue is the hold me now, right? Well, I got it on low temp. That's why it's not coming out. Alright, fan, quit blowing on it. Let me get done what I need to get done before you go dry it up. Hot glue is gonna, there we go. It's gonna put it down and hold it for now. Let me get it turned around and on there, pretty centered. Okay, we'll hold it down. But up next after me is Southern Belle Crafts by Debbie. So y'all make sure that if you're not in the group, the link to the group is in the description. All you'll have to do is go to that link right there and just join the group. And then every time they have an event, you will be able to catch all the lives. And then you'll only have to hit your refresh button. You don't have to hunt nobody up. That's what I love about groups. That's what I love about the groups, right? Okay, I think that's on there enough to show y'all. So that's what we got so far. Look at that little piggy. Ain't he cute? And then we're going to put this one here on the other side. On the other side. Yep. But I am going to put this. Let me shut my fan off real quick. Just so that it don't dry before I get it put on there. And I'm going to put it directly on the print. Directly on the print. And I do that just in case I missed a spot when I sprayed it that that I won't have to worry about the ink, because I just have a regular plain old inkjet printer. I don't have nothing fancy. And sometimes when you get even though you sprayed it, if you didn't spray it good enough, you know, you just take the spray can and go like that. Well, if you go over too light in one spot and you happen to hit that spot with something wet, it will cause your ink to bleed, and I didn't want that. So I decided to go ahead and do it and put it on, where'd my squeegee go? There it is. Put it on the back. That way I don't have to worry about that, right? Rough side. Okay. So now we got that on that side, and it's not quite lined up, but it'll be okay. You won't notice it when there's utensils in it anyway. So we still have Debbie with Southern Belle Crafts up next, and Patricia's Craft Studio. I gotta have that with Denise, and Soul Craft with Petra. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you so very much for taking time out of your day to come hang out with me. Put that in the water. I got glue on it. Let's see if it's gonna work today. Let's see if it's gonna work today. Oh, it's working, it's working. And there's some love for y'all, because I love y'all. Okay, so there's our other pig. There's our other little pig. He's not quite centered, but it's okay. It's okay. And like I said, I'm gonna take that in my little can, and it's gonna go in the middle, and I'll probably glue it down. That way I don't have to worry about it tipping either. And I'm gonna put the put my utensils in it, and as well as on the edges, and it's going to go on my counter in my kitchen, and I will take a picture and show y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. So this is what I've got. That's the pig we got on one side, and then we got a pig on the other side, because my kitchen's done in little piggies. So we got pigs going on. We got this little piggy went to market, and this little piggy stayed home. Thank y'all so much for being here. I love each and every one of y'all, and I'm praying for you. Y'all have a blessed day. And go give Miss Debbie, Miss Debbie, the same love that you gave me. I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. Oh, let's see if we can have some balloons. Woo, woo. Happy birthday to anybody that had a birthday this month. God bless you. I love y'all. Bye for now.